We want to get into maximum flexion of the thoracic spine, and we're going to do that by popping our legs up, and we want our toes to touch the ground, and we want our knees flexed to release the tension on the hamstring muscles. So I'm going to go ahead, what you're going to do, prop up your legs, and then this right over here. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to be your own therapist by demonstrating the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction, and more specifically, I'm going to be teaching you how to correct thoracic hypokyphosis. Before I get on with the exercises, I want to do a quick recap of what exactly thoracic hypokyphosis is and why exactly you should care, and in order to do that, I'm going to need the help of my good friend, Johnny Bones. So Johnny, get right over here and show your big spine to the camera. The reason I'm using Johnny is because Johnny is the perfect candidate to talk about thoracic hypokyphosis because, as you can see, Johnny's thoracic spine is very flat, and thoracic hypokyphosis is also referred to as straight back syndrome. With regard to the thoracic spine, ideally you should have 20 to 40 degrees of curvature in the thoracic spine. If you have excessive extension of the thoracic spine, then it's going to fall below that range of motion, and if you don't address it, it can lead to things like shoulder pain, mid-back pain, neck pain, and a whole host of other issues, so you would want to address it immediately. One of the ways in which we could address it would be to do some strengthening exercises for the muscles that are responsible for flexion of the thoracic spine. We ended up doing those a couple days ago. I'm going to include a link right up over here to the top 5 strengthening exercises for thoracic hypokyphosis, and then once you've done those, a terrific complement to those exercises would be to do some myofascial stretching exercises for the muscles that are responsible for extension of the thoracic spine. That's what we're going to be doing for you guys today, and without further ado, here are the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for thoracic hypokyphosis. The first myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic hypokyphosis is going to be for the longissimus muscle, and more specifically, we are going to be targeting the cephalic portion, meaning the portion closer to the thoracic spine and also the cervical spine. For it, we're going to be in a supine position, and for this exercise, what we want to go ahead and do is we want to get into maximum flexion of the thoracic spine, and we're going to do that by popping our legs up, and we want our toes to touch the ground, and we want our knees flexed to release the tension on the hamstring muscles. So I'm going to go ahead, what you're going to do, prop up your legs, and then this right over here is the myofascial stretching exercise for the longissimus. The second myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic hypokyphosis is going to be for the iliocostalis muscle. Once again, we're going to be targeting the cephalic portion, so the portion closer to the thoracic spine and the cervical spine, and once again, we're going to do it by going into maximum flexion of the thoracic spine by placing our legs up over our head. We're going to place, once again, our feet to the floor, and we're going to keep our knees flexed to release the tension on the hamstring muscles. And for this one, because the iliocostalis also has a component of side flexion, once our feet are down, we're going to wiggle our legs and we're going to go into flexion of the side flexion of the thoracic spine. But this is pretty much the exercise. Pop your feet over, and then what you want to do is you are going to move your feet out to the side, and this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the iliocostalis muscle, specifically the cephalic portion. Next, the third myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic hypokyphosis is going to be for the transversospinalis group. For the transversospinalis group, we're going to get into a half kneeling position, so as though you're in the bottom position of a lunge. Then for this one right over here, the knee that is on the floor, that is going to be the side that we are going to be stretching. And then what we want to do is go into maximum retroversion of the pelvis, and we want to tuck in the chin by going into retropulsion of the C7. Then we're going to go up with the crown of the head, look down between our thighs with the eyes to put the dura mater under tension. For this exercise right over here, first thing that we want to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to take the contralateral arm, so the arm opposite the side that we're stretching, and we're going to place it over our ear to put some tension on the pectoral fascia. Then, from this position right over here, next thing we're going to do is flex the trunk. Then we want to go into contralateral flexion by flexing away from the side that we're stretching, and then ipsilateral rotation by rotating toward the side that we're stretching. Then, with the ipsilateral arm, so the arm of the side that we're stretching, we are going to project the palm forward on a downward diagonal, and then we also want to do a lateral translation of the rib cage by pushing the ribs away from the side, toward the side that we are stretching. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the transversospinalis group, and more specifically, the cephalic portion of the transversospinalis group. Next, the fourth myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic hypokyphosis is going to be for the middle trapezius muscle. For this one right over here, we're going to be in a kneeling position. So we're going to go ahead and get into our quadruped or 4-point. Then what we want to do is we want to fix our scapula down to the ground, and we're going to do that by bringing our shoulder and pinning it down to the ground. With the contralateral arm, or the arm opposite the side that we're stretching, we're going to raise the elbow to fix the scapular girdle, and then from this position right over here, we want to bring our nose down toward the ground. Then, with the arm, we want to respect the fiber direction of the middle trapezius. So we want our arm perpendicular to our spine. And then what we want to do from this point is we are going to project our palm forward. But this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the middle trapezius. Next, the fifth and final myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct thoracic hypokyphosis is going to be for the inferior trapezius. For the inferior trapezius, this one right over here is once again in a kneeling position. And once again, we're going to start by fixing our scapula down toward the ground. So let's get into our quadruped. Then, what we want to do for this one right over here is after we fix the scapula, we want to take our contralateral arm, raise the elbow so that we can end up getting some stabilization of the scapular girdle. Then what we want to do is we are going to press our palm and we are going to press it cephalically, meaning up on a diagonal. We want to respect the fiber direction of the inferior trapezius. So what we're going to do is we are going to press on an upward diagonal, and then the last thing that we want to do is do a contralateral side bend of the thoracic spine, and we're going to do that by bringing our spine down toward the ground. So the side that we are stretching, we are going to do a contralateral side bend by bending in the opposite direction. But this right over here is the myofascial stretching exercise for the inferior trapezius. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct hypokyphosis of the thoracic spine. If you have thoracic hypokyphosis, or if you have issues with regard to neck pain, mid-back pain, or shoulder pain, go ahead and give those exercises a try. And if you have given them a try, go ahead and drop your comments down in the comment section and let me know what you guys thought of the exercises. With regard to the actual sets and duration for the stretches, what you want to do is 3 sets of 30-second holds for each of the stretches, and you can do them every single day. The reason we're going to be doing them every single day is because we're trying to elicit a postural change. And if you guys remember, whenever we're trying to elicit a postural change, one of the most important things is going to be accumulating time under tension. So if we do these stretches only once a week or once a month, we're not going to be able to accumulate that time under tension. So 3 sets of 30 seconds every single day. But that's pretty much it. This coming Monday at 2:00 p.m., I'm going to be taking you through a third scenario, and that is going to be a way to address nerve dysfunction that may be leading to your thoracic hypokyphosis. So this coming Monday at 2:00 p.m., I'm going to be taking you through the top 5 ELDOA exercises for thoracic hypokyphosis. So be out on the lookout for that. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.